What's up, guys and gals? I'm your host, Mike Pugh of the FPC Virtual Channel, and you're tuning in to MagicaVoxel. It is really a dope tool. What is a voxel? It's very simple. It's a small box. So what you're seeing here is an actual build in the MagicaVoxel world. So you can build into the world space. This is a more like an individual voxel right here, which you can see. This is a little bit piece, a small little broken down piece of these looking things. These are more like computers. I tried to create a computer playing around, and what you see here in that white more of a cube space is the build area. And basically what a voxel is kind of like Minecraft characters or Minecraft, the world parts to Minecraft. Voxels are 3D objects that are in the shape of a box pretty much. So let me pretty much start over from scratch. And what I want to do, I have a goal to build today. And if y'all folks are into MagicaVoxel, this is what I recommend for y'all folks to do. I wish that I can merge an actual image to overlay over here and to be able to reference so I can build off of it, but I can't do that. So I have to hop back and forth, and what I'll be doing is hopping back and forth into this screen, which this stems from a free3d.com actual graphic of a 3D object file for a very simple room. So let me minimize, and I'll bring y'all folks to the area where you download it. So if y'all folks never tried the free 3D, I highly recommend for you to do that. Go to free3d.com and you can check out all the differing things that they have available, and you can get free 3D models that are really cool and unique to utilize. It says right here it's a personal use license, so what I would recommend for you to do is once you get there, let's go out of it real quick and try to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the website, and you should be able to find the terms. So you go to the terms, open it up, and with any other website or any other tool, you want to find out what's the rules governing the free stuff. So you want to read into the details here and try to find out the information based on, you know, anything that's free and whatever content that you're able to utilize that has a $0 price value on it, and the limited liability stuff like that, limitations, liabilities, intellectual property claims, things like that. You want to know that stuff because you don't want to get hit with copyright strikes if you're trying to use that stuff for commercial use or commercial purposes. So I just wanted to point that out before we go any further. For those who are interested in utilizing this tool, since I pretty much are directing y'all folks to check it out, basically showcasing it on my video. So say you wanted to download it, you can go to download, hit the little download button. As long as you have let's see, I think I got to sign in. Actually, I don't have to sign in. You go to download. If you click it and you don't see it, just scroll up to the top of the screen. Then you can click this little tab here, which is a RAR file, and then you would have to open that up. Let's see, for some reason it may not work right away. Just click OK real fast, and then you should be able to open it. So let's open this. I'm going to try to actually pull off some screen magic and merge it onto MagicaVoxel as an object file, which I don't think I can do, but I probably can convert the object file into a voxel file through another file exchange converter and then merge it in just to see how it looks as a voxel. Because with MagicaVoxel, let's see, we have different ways to do things. You can export object files, apply, MC, XRAW, slab, QB, VOS, ISO, and 2D types of files. And I don't know what everything is here, but I definitely know what an object file is, and that's what I'm attempting to get from here. So let's open up the RAR file. We're going to extract through ZZip, and let's do extract here and see what it turns it into. So once we extract it, it should have went all the way up to the top, but it looks like let's see, 8.7. Let's see. So let's go to 8.7 actually. If we can find that number, I think it's in numeric alphanumeric. So let's see. I don't know exactly where it sent it to. Let's try this again. We're gonna extract. Where was it? Zzip. And let's go to extract files. And then we'll detail where we want to send it to. That way we can tell where it's going to go. And then we'll send it to, hold on one second, desktop. Trust me, this is going to be something that turns out to be a pretty good deal. And for some reason I can't get to the desktop. There we go. Alright, we're sending it to the desktop. Click OK. And then click OK again. And then I'll go check on the desktop to see if I can find it. So let's do that. Zip folder here. Let's jump in it. What is that? No, that's not it. Should have sent it here to the desktop. Here it is. Alright, I got it. So we're gonna open that up, and then there's the OBJ. So we go to the OBJ. OBJ also comes along with the MTL file, which is pretty cool. We're gonna take that OBJ file and we're going to copy it, and actually we'll just leave it on the desktop like this. So what we want to do with MagicaVoxel is attempt to merge it in. Let's see, there's a way to open files up through MagicaVoxel. You got open project, new project, and duplicate project. You also have a save and a save as. There is no import process, it's just to open. So when you go to open, all you have is a voxel type of file. So what I'm going to do is go out and try to get a OBJ converter to voxel. So OBJ to voxel converter type of thing. So let's see, convert your 3D models to voxels online. Let's try that. See what it does. Pretty cool. Let's see, open OBJ file. So we're going to go to desktop and go in there, go for the room, hit open, and wait for it pretty much. So we're waiting to see what it turns into. And just give it some time. Right now the size of this particular voxel space is 24 by 7 by 24. So we may have to increase the size for the voxel space. I don't know how that would work. Maybe I should have increased the size before I actually tried to upload it. We're going to save as a, if you want to increase the default maximum number of voxels, add resolution 26, 512. Okay. And what else does it say? All data is fast and securely processed on your local machine. No plugins or executable installs needed. Just a recent browser, including a 2D layer inspector, import object or STL, output object triangulars or quadrilaterals. And it also has this Minecraft stuff, schematic Minecraft. So yeah, sandbox multiplayer, whatever. Let's see what it does. Texture data is incomplete or invalid. Bake all textures into one single texture and try again, or choose skip texture. We're going to skip texture. So the texture data didn't go in. And now look what we got. So we got this. Let's see if we can rotate it. Come on. and we probably have to go inside of it to see more. Here we go. Alright, so that's basically what it's built as a voxel space. So that's that. Now, say we wanted to move it to MagicaVoxel, we would have to save it as a voxel. So save as Vox, and we would click Save as Vox. There we go. And then we click OK, and that would bring it into the space as a voxel. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that this size is very small for every little piece. It should have made the actual shapes look a little bit better. So it's changing all these into little tiny boxes. I thought it would be better in terms of all of the voxel sizes, but maybe I can change the size here for dimensional wise, and then it will bring out a better voxel size. So let's go to like 50 and see what that does, and then go up a little bit more to like 100, see what that does. So this is giving y'all folks an idea as to how the contours of a specific thing will get a little bit better with voxels. So look at this, you go in and now you can see it looks a lot more well defined. Let's go all the way out to 128 and see what it looks like. Nice. So now I actually converted this free download into a full voxel shape, and I didn't even have to build all of the voxels itself. So let's go and click save. Well, click this, export as voxel size maximum 126. Okay, so I'm not sure why it's not allowing me to do that, but like I said, you can play with it. Let me switch to Blender, then switch back to Vox. It's not allowing me to do the voxel size for this. That's pretty weird. Well, as an OBJ, weird, very weird, very weird. What is this here? Let's see what this does. Move this to 1.0. Oh, wow. Look at that. It makes it a solid. I don't know how to bend the dimension. Hold on one second. It's not looking too good. Sorry about that, folks. So let's go in a little bit more. Whoa, whoa, whoa. And I think the shape is kind of screwing me over because I can't really see into it the way that I want to. But it still looks pretty cool. Let's bring down the size. Look what it did. Whoa, it makes everything into tiny voxels. Holy crap, now that looks crazy. Yeah, I actually like the concept of being able to do that. So that could help with some voxel art. I wish I could actually export this at the voxel size. It says maximum 126. Okay, so maximum is 126. That's why it didn't work. Okay, so that's not bad. I still could deal with that. That's not bad. So now what we're going to do is save as a voxel here, and then save it that way. Now let's go back, open this up, and this is the voxel one that I want. So I'm going to take this off of my downloads, put it onto my desktop so I can find it easily, and then when I go to MagicaVoxel, we're going to incorporate that. So I'm going to basically cancel this, start a new project. So I already saved this project, so I'm not worried about it. Let's hit the can or X. It's not the X, it's a can. For some reason it's not allowing me to do that. It says remove project to trash. I'm trying to move it to trash, but it's not doing it. Let's see, object, let's see, new project. So let's click new project. Let's go to no, we don't want to save it, and then we'll delete that, and we'll bring in to open that new project. We're going to go to desktop and look for that room and hit open. Put no for save, and we'll see. It should build it in. That'd be interesting. So it's going to take some time. Right now it says not responding because it probably didn't notice the file type, maybe, and for some reason it didn't work. MagicaVoxel crashed. So probably it won't work. I'm not sure, but that is a Voxel project. Wow, I'm interested in the reasoning why as to it crashing. So let's go to desktop, go to room one more time, magica.vox, let's see, and it's crashing. So let's go back and find out why it's crashing. Probably because I did some changes to it that threw it off. I don't know. Convert your 3D model into voxels in your browser. All data is fast and secured. Processed onto your local computer. No downloads or uploads needed. Let's see what it entails. Maybe if we go back this way, or hold on, no, we got to go this way. Okay, so we go to 1.0 and let's do it that way. Save the room, then we're going to open, and we're going to move this one in to the desktop and replace the other one. Replace the file destination. Now let's go back to MagicaVoxel and try it, and I think it will work because it's more of a solid volume than those little tiny boxes. So let's go and try to import it now as a new project. I can also click the control key plus 0 on a number pad, and let's go to desktop, room, and hit open, and it should, yikes, it didn't work. I wonder why it's not working actually. Maybe we got to change this size. Let's change the size to 126 by 126 by 126. Okay, change that size and then try to open it. Maybe that'll make a difference. Hopefully that will, because that would be dope if I can get the voxels in. We're gonna put no, and look, oh, well, it crashed. That sucks. That really does suck, because if it was able to work, I could do some amazing stuff with this voxel size room. Now I could move that over to Blender. So if I wanted to convert this to a Blender, let's save it as a Blender and then go to save file, and probably I got to use a different voxel tool to convert. We can go and type in let's see, voxel converter, and try something different. I don't know why it's not working. Cubicle voxelizer mesh to voxel converter. Convert a Blender model into voxels for conversion to schema file. Interesting. I'm gonna check that out. Voxel builder. Let's try this one. See what this does. No, this is just a building tool. That's not what I want. Image J voxelizer. Convert mesh to image mesh to image PNG. Select output mesh. No. How to convert 3D model to voxel model using SimLab Composer. Let's see what this is. Let's see. Export your model. Does it have Blender? No. I don't see it has ZBrush, and it also has Rhino, OBJ, Collada files, 3ds Max. Why doesn't it have Blender? That would be pretty nice to have a Blender file. But I'm definitely going to bookmark this one because this looks like a really unique tool for voxel building, and it may help me. We'll see. So this is from grabcadcommunity.com. SimLab Composer. I never used that, so let's look that up on Google. SimLab Composer features. Let's try that. Oh, so you would have to buy this. Try. You can test it. Let's see. I don't know if they got voxels, but it may have voxel creator tools. They have a whole lot of stuff tied together through plugins. Let's see what's new. Free 3D assets they have. That's pretty cool. Check that out real quick. And you can get materials, 3D models, environments, HDRs. And I don't know if it's 100% free, but you would have to check the terms for that as well. This is the only way that I can see that it should work. De-stress GPU. What is this? De-stress GPU do not show content memory friendly. Not sure why the voxel file type didn't work. How about I drop it down in scale to 110? How about that? And then look inside, and it still looks pretty good. Sorry about that. Still looks pretty good as a voxel size. But definitely this is the kind of shape that I have to create. Let's go to voxel. I dropped down the size. Why is it not allowing me to store it? It's pretty weird that I dropped it down. Why is it 128? I dropped it down to 110, but it's saying 128, this size here. That doesn't make sense. Let's try to drop that down and see what it does. Now that's 108. Okay, what about 110? Why did it go to 128? Oh, okay, that was a glitch. So now I can save it and go to save. Let's go back up to 126 and see what that sizing was here. Maybe that's why it's crashing, because it's a glitch. Okay, so this is 8173. Let's open containing folder, rename this one, and we're going to call it 110. 110. Hit enter. And then this one we're going to save it and call it 126. So you got to check your voxel size obviously. So rename this room 126 for the voxel dimension size. That's the actual maximum size for MagicaVoxels here. So 126 by 126 by 126. If you could try to go up high, like let's go to 500, it won't work. It's only going to give you the sizing to build on through this rectangle here that you see. More of a rectangular cubic display. This is your build area. So you're able only to build out from the width of these sides, from here and from here. If I wanted to build faces going out, I can do that. See that? I can, well, I don't know why it's not allowing me to delete. Oh, I know why, because I'm attaching. So erase, I can erase volume for voxel volume, stuff like that. I can build based on color scheme, and just play around. And that's the max size now, 126 by 40 by 40. But if I increase the dimension, say I wanted it to be 500 and 500, it will all go to 126, as you can see. Enter, and now the voxel space size to build upon is there. So say I wanted to fill the rest with white, and I just go in like that. I can do that. Just fill in the rest of the space with white. And if I wanted to color in everything else there, I would have to work on those colors. So like with red, I would have to go attach, build like that. See that? With black, I would have to put and apply the black. And then with the blue, I don't know which blue I used, but maybe this blue. Yeah, that's the blue. And then the light blue is this one, I think. Nope, it's this one. Maybe that one. It doesn't matter. I'm just showing y'all folks how you would do it. And then white, filling the rest of the volume. Hold on a second. Attach. So now this is filling up the full voxel volume here of 126 by 126. And that's probably why it crashed, because the sizing here is 126 max to save as a voxel. It says flood inside. I don't want to do that. De-stress GPU. I don't know what that does. I'm not sure. Alright, so let's try it. We're gonna save as. Oh, we already did that. So we got that on my. Actually, I have to go through downloads. We will go through the downloads folder. Should have it on my downloads folder over here, and it should already be open to that. If not, I just have to go to room. So click on a white space, hit the R key, and then look for room. Should have been here. If it's not here, yikes. I'll just download another one just so I can find it, because these are already missing since I moved them, and I don't think it's repositioned yet. So we're gonna go to save as, save, put OK, and then hit open containing folder to find the other two. There we go. I don't know why I couldn't find it, but we'll grab these two, drop them in my desktop, and try to load it up onto MagicaVoxel. So let's go here, go to my desktop, and go for room. We'll do 110 first, since it's the lower scale. Hit open, put no, and look at that, presto, it worked. So it was definitely the sizing that was crashing it. So you got to make sure you got the right sizes. So now what we're going to do is we're going to rotate. Let's rotate that bad boy and rotate it for a Y axis. Oops, that was a problem. Let's bring it back up. Sorry about that. Let's try it again. Actually, hit the X, maximize this. Try it again. Desktop. The smaller size definitely works, but you don't want to screw up your movement of it. So what we're going to do, we have to make this 126. All of these have to be 126 before I rotate it. That's what happened. So 126, and then make this 126. It's good that y'all folks are getting to see what you have to go through with MagicaVoxel. If the sizing of the voxels isn't right for when you're trying to rotate or something, it's going to create a crash because the system can't take it. It won't accept it. So let's flip it in the Y, in the Z, in the X. That didn't do anything. Let's back it up. And let's go to rotate in the Z, in the X, in the Y, in the X, in the Z. There we go. In the X. And now we should be able to see inside of it. There we go. Now let's indicate, select everything, and try to bring it down to the ground plane. So we use the move tool, and we're losing something in the process. So let's hit the back button. Let's go inside, and we're going to shift select these pieces so we can get all these pieces in along the lines of that journey we're trying to actually, there we go. So this looks like Minecraft here, like we're in the Minecraft world, right? That's basically, like I said, how MagicaVoxel works, because they are voxels. So now we just bypassed having to create this whole entire scene, and that's pretty amazing. Make sure your 3D models that you bring into MagicaVoxel are free, if that's the case that you're using it for the purpose of trying to create really quick scenes and stuff like that. Make sure it's free. Like I just got a free tool, and sorry about that, I'm pulling it on the wrong dimension, and that is an issue right there, because some other parts of the voxel space, actually it is upside down. That's the problem. So let's flip it, rotate in the Z, and now let's see if we can get inside it. No. So rotate in the Y. There we go. That's actually the dimension that's supposed to be in. So here we go. Gonna select this. I think that's not selected. What else isn't selected? That's the question. This isn't selected. There's other stuff that for some reason isn't selected. Now let's try to drag it down and see what else is not moving. And I think we got everything now. Nope. For some reason that isn't coming with it. So hit the back button. Yeah, it's not selecting it. I don't know why. Oh, here we go. Now we got it selected. Alright, so now it should be able to move down. What I'm going to do is delete all this stuff under it, because we don't need that. So I'll do that after I move it down, because it's going to end up in the top. Oops, so let me hit the back. Sorry about that. I have to go to the move tool. Now I can move it down, which some of the things came out. go. We're going to move it down to where that stuff basically pops out. Let's move it up one more notch. And it looks like this part is hollow, which is okay. So let's move it down a little bit more, one more notch. And that should be good. So I don't know if we need all of this here. Let's see, let's look into it. Into the scene. Do we need it? Actually, we probably don't. I don't know where those go, but it's all good. We probably don't need it. I'm gonna delete this stuff. So now we gotta use this tool, the region select, and deselect it by selecting anywhere else. And then we're gonna use the, is this a region tool? What am I doing with that? Let's go to B. This is select voxels within same volume. Select voxels within same face. Alright, so now we're gonna go and we're gonna mass select these here. And we're gonna delete that. There we go. And mass select this. And delete that. Then I can delete those individually by using an erase. Cool. So now I'm just getting rid of stuff, trying to clean it up. So if you ever wanted to do a project like this, now you see the potential. The website, let's go to the website. It's Drubu. So drubu.com. In order for you to convert your actual 3D models into, or OBJ files into voxels. So that's pretty dope. Now y'all folks can see, like I said, it's gonna be worth it to manipulate and play on this scale. So let's try to build and attach these here. And I got the wrong color. Actually, let's just color it. We're gonna paint the face. So we paint the roof, so that way I can build upon it and fill in those holes. And there we go. Look at that. So now we got a nice roof here, a nice ceiling. Blue, I don't know if I like blue, so let's go with a brown, or that's not really a good brown. Maybe a dark brown. Oh, I'm attaching. Look at that. So that's my bad there. Paint. So there we go with that. And that should take the case for that part. We got windows over here. Let's crack these windows open. I don't know if we can make it transparent. I doubt it if we can make these transparent, so you're gonna have to break them open. So you just do that, and look at that. It opens up the windows. And then we can make this color black for the corner, and then we'll use the paint bucket or this little thing here to basically match the rest of certain things. And I don't like that it did that. We're gonna back up. It actually recolored it because everything is white. So let me turn this a different color. We're gonna turn it red, like so, and then I'll color that in from using this to match that. And there we go. Alright, so now we're going to make the ceiling maybe like a silver, if I can find a silvery color. And that's okay. I don't like that color too much, but when you go to render, let's go in here and we're going to peek into the house a little bit like so. You go to render, and and it should give you a good render quality. I don't know why it's not, but it's actually positioned incorrectly based on the world view. So what you have to do is change the world view. So we're going to go back to the model. The world view is in the wrong position because the scale changed from the original orientation of the scale. So you go here and you got to pull up the world view to get to the ground plane level, and now go back, and now when you zoom in to render, you should be able to render what you see here. So we're going to go to render now, and now you can see it renders pretty cool, very good looking stuff. So man, this tool is just pretty amazing. If you want to light up stuff in this actual room that you created or recreated in a voxel format, what you're gonna have to do is apply lights for lighting. So you would have to go maybe like change to atmosphere, and then maybe change some of the stuff inside here. So we'll go to emission, emit light, reduce the light. It's just too bright, but let's back it out. It's trying to light up the whole entire box here, so we'll have to change the color. Let's go to model, change the color to like white, and certain colors in it, and now you'll see how it affects. Go back to render, and you'll see that certain parts are trying to glow while other parts are getting a certain other color, dim. So now you can manipulate a little bit on that part as well. As you can see, the lighting is pretty cool. You can change the ground plane. So let's go to the ground plane by going over here. You look for, let's see, go to all, change the bounces. I don't know exactly what the bounces do, but I think it has to do with the lighting. Over here it has, this is display ground, so it's displaying the ground, but you want to go and change the ground. There's an actual ground option here. So you scroll down a little bit with your scroll mouse button on your mouse wheel, and you have the colors for particular things. So your grid could be colored a certain way. Your edges will be what pretty much your 3D model is edged out to be. You can go, or voxel model, you can go in and click for here for the BG. So let's turn the ground into maybe like a green, dark green. I don't know. Maybe it's on grass. So we click that, and this will all turn dark green. On the very next render it should turn green. Actually, that's the background color. My bad. So I screwed up the background color, but the background color isn't actually activated, so I'm not worried about that. So let's go back to the ground. Here we go. So now the ground is lit up, as you can see, and the insides we have to work on a little bit more. The floor, what color we want the floor to be. So let's go to the model. We want the floor to be like maybe this color or something like that. So we go over here, make sure we're in the face and click it. Make sure we're in the paint option, and we're gonna color these things in here. So say we want the furniture to be blue, we would have to go we would have to go in and detail it, because it's going to try to light up the whole entire surface, I think. So let's go to paint. Oh, there we go. So yeah, we can do it this way. I don't know why my throat is getting kind of messed up, but it's probably because I'm talking too much. But there you go with that. Paint those in, and this definitely saves you a lot of time. Let's make this black. We can change it into another color, but I'm just showing y'all folks what we can do. Go to render, and now you can see it's starting to come out really nice. Now the lights, you want to turn the lights into something of a glow effect. So let's make this black. Actually, let's use the box and make this part black, and maybe make this part white. There we go. There we go. That was an error, so hit the back button or Control Z on your keyboard. And now we're getting somewhere. So this is beautiful stuff. You can really bring out some amazing stuff with your voxel art. World building, things like that. Alright, and then that's good. So now let's go with the black over here and just fill that part out. Oh, and look, the rim was removed, so we're gonna have to attach, actually make it white. Scroll down. Just build this surface around it. We'll actually erase that one. There we go. Yeah, that was removed too. Okay. Paint this one and then erase this one. So there we go. Now that actually looks pretty dope. Let's rotate around and try to get a bird's eye view of it, get a better look. There we go. Now let's try to render. Now we're looking like something's happening in this scene, right? So we just got to do the walls, model the walls, or paint the walls I should say, and we'll go with like some kind of a dark blue face, dark blue. And I kind of screwed up the ceiling right there, but we'll change the ceiling to another blue, maybe this blue. Now let's see what that does. This looks like a tree, so we'll go with that. This looks like a decoration of sorts. So we'll get that decked out. Some kind of stand looking decoration. Pretty cool. This video turned out to be a lot longer than I thought, but it became more of like a detailing for voxel art, I guess. People want to get into the art part. I don't know why it's doing that. Well, let's go with collecting that and then painting it. Why isn't it painting it? Probably not grabbing the color. There we go. Okay. And so far so good. Looks really nice. Let's see what happens with the render. Well, we're not in the right position. Why is it so dark? Because there's nothing in here that's lit up. So I changed all the colors from what was supposed to be lit, so there's no actual light source in here. So I want this to be the light source. So let's go to emission and try to bring it up. Now it's trying to light everything. I don't want everything to be lit. So let's back it out. Look at that. Okay, so it's making the chair light up. Let's go to the power. One thing that I noticed about rendering that is really hard to control with MagicaVoxel is, hold on 1 second. Let me change the lighting on this. Go over here. We're gonna make this white. So paint, white, white, white. Okay. Let's go to render. So I noticed what's tough is the lighting part, because to get certain things to light up and then certain things to not light up, I don't know exactly what I should be doing for that purpose. That specific purpose, it's not easy to understand. Actually, let's make that part, that rooftop, black. And let's see what it does. Render. Now notice we're getting this green reflection. It's kind of weird, the reflection part. So I actually want to knock down this wall. For some reason I just want to knock it down, but I can move it. That's what I'll do. I'll move the wall so it's easier to see in there. So let's go to modeling and let's indicate this bad boy and then move it. Okay. Now we can see a lot better. Got more space to see. And let's go to render. Now my goal with this is to actually make this part glow. So in order to do that, I have to turn on the actual light. The light is not on in terms of lighting itself up. So there's a way to do it, I believe. Let's see, you go to bloom, hit bloom, and then it starts to glow. Then you change the size, and that basically emanates a stronger glow effect. You can go to mix, and it makes it much more profound as well. As you can see, it's trying to glow in the scene. When you back it out, it starts to look better and better too. So I want to make that effect happen, but I want to turn this to white and make that white part glow, and then turn this light into white, because the blue light doesn't really stand out too good. Look at the kind of effect it's bringing. So to do that, I'm gonna go to model. Let's go to white and let's try to paint it. See what it does. What that does. Render. And as you can see, it's not glowing. I don't know why that does that. Go back to emission and now we'll try to put emit. You see what it just did? Now it emits on whatever colors that's visible that's here. So I'm going to take this color out and let that take the place of the glow. That's pretty cool. And I'm going to take this out and make this more a different color. So let's go to model and paint. We're going to paint this back wall dark brown and let everything else around it glow. And this is a, I don't know what that is. That's another light that I probably screwed up. So I'm going to take that out. Let's erase and just erase that. We're going to get rid of this because it's just blocking the space. Okay, there we go. This looks like a TV stand. So let's give that some, make this white and make the rest of it black. Oh shoot, let's back that out. Sorry about that. Paint. So actually we'll just do that like so, and then make the back of it white. That way it stands out. Now let's see how this works. And then we put maybe this white, this white, this white, and that white. And then these under here, white. As well as this. Now let's see what's going to happen. That back wall should be this color. So you're going to go in there, click that, and then paint that part. Oh, that's not good. So we got to do individual colors. No good. Let's go with paint and just paint the face. There we go. And paint that face. Now we're going to go and render. Let's see what it does. That's pretty interesting. But I have to work on the actual, the flooring doesn't look too great. And this part back here doesn't look good at all. So we're going to go and fix that part. So what color should we use actually? Off-white? Let's try that. Render. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So whatever I want to somewhat work, I'm going to turn it off-white. There we go. That's a better effect. So off-white, off-white. And let's go back to render. I want this one up here, off-white. So there we go with that. Render. Not bad. And now we're going to work on these here. So we'll do all these as an off-white. Oops. And render. Nice. That's nice. Okay. So, oops. Alright, let's hit the back button on that once. And off-white here. Alright, let's try that. and render. Pretty dope, pretty dope. That's pretty dope. Alright, and then one other thing we want to do is change the ground plane, the ground surface for this house. So I'm going to go back to model, and I'm going to make it this color. There we go. And render. And now the scene looks a lot better. Pretty dope. This is still glowing, the bottom part. So let me just change that. I don't know. Don't know exactly what I want to do with that. But it does look cool when you look on the inside. Let's go to model, and we'll use this. Click that, use this, and change that part. Now we go to render. Look at that. Pretty cool. We're going to paint this side and this side like so. Oh, okay, so what we got to do is build a bit bigger wall. Okay, so before we paint it, we'll make the outside wall this color. So we're gonna attach. There we go. So the inside walls is right color, the right colors that we want. All right, render. Dope. Now what we want to do is get a better glow effect. So let's go to power. Now look at that. The power of the lighting really brings out the insides of the actual field of view. See that? Pretty dope. So this could work for like architecture builds. If you wanted to like show people in a voxel format how it would look in an architectural build. So what I'm going to do as well is let's change some of the stuff regarding what type of voxels we have. So we can go down here. Let's see, is it this for material? Not really sure. I forgot exactly. Let's see. Model. Oh, it's model, I think. And then we want to change the voxel type. I think it only works in rendering, actually. So let me end this session real quick. I'll be right back just to save. I'm going to save it because I like where we're at. This is a really dope setup right here that we got. So we're going to go out, and I'll be back. I'm back, folks, and for some reason my computer froze and I lost the whole entire project of the video project that I was working. Not the actual whole entire thing, but the tail end, I should say, of that video project. Which is okay though, because now what I have is like a cave kind of concept of the MagicaVoxel actual project that I was working on. So y'all folks got to see the full pretty much creation from start to finish. Hopefully y'all liked the video. Feel free to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if y'all folks want to get more from this experience. I'm learning how to use MagicaVoxel and my creativity is starting to fly with it, and I really do love the tool. So like I said, I highly recommend for y'all folks to check it out, try it out. The link is in the bottom of the video's description area. You also can, like I said, visit that tool that I visited, free3d.com, to get this type of free 3D asset, and then you can merge it in through the other tool that I showed y'all folks off of using that actual converter for voxel converters. So you can go from object file to voxel, and that pretty much sums it up. And I'll see y'all folks in the very next videos. The very next video for voxel is going to start out with this, and I'm going to build upon it a little bit more differently, and I'm going to see what I can do to enhance it and really make the voxel experience stand out. And I think I'm going to start a voxel series like this. I already started up the voxel series, I should say, but it's more going to be along the lines on that end, more for creators and the creativity part, to inspire more creativity and using voxels to create in a different format as opposed to what has already been done in the past. I saw a lot of videos out there, and I do like and I love a lot of the videos for voxel, but I think it can definitely go much further than what it already has been taken to. And I think in the departments of more like voxel art for those who are into unique designs, but most definitely, not to say that all the other stuff wasn't unique, I'm talking about designs for like architecture. So you can get into architectural design by getting free architectural design models and then working them out in a voxel format, like I did with converting the voxel. And I think that could really do some change in the arena of voxels in terms of inspiring much more people around the planet to try it. And because it's very hard to build voxels off from scratch in terms of knowing exactly what you need to align and how to position things, if you're not that great of an artist and you're not into CAD and you're not like computer aided design artist, or you're not a graphic artist or graphic designer, or pretty much 3D artist. So my goal is to try to inspire the average person to take a quantum leap of faith into the world of voxel and utilizing pre-designs from other creators, and that will actually help the creators around the planet who are coming up with these 3D designs to get noticed. So what I recommend for you to do, if you do what I tried to do here, definitely give credit to the original owners of that content. And talking about that, let's go back to the web before I leave so y'all folks can see that original owner, the author of this actual content. I'll put it at the tail end, and also I'll put it in the video's description area. So let's go back to this content. So this is the tool once more that I used, which is a pretty dope tool now that I know how to use it. It's an online voxelizer by drewboo.com. I'll put that in the video's description area. Let's go back to free3d.com. I'll put the link to this actual room that y'all folks got to see the conversion for. And this is the original 3D model. The shades for some reason didn't get through, but maybe I can build shades in the future, probably maximize that voxel room, make it look a lot bigger, and then build shades for it. You can do a lot of innovations and play around. The table doesn't look the same, the actual sofas don't look the same, and that right over here wasn't an actual tree, it was a lamp. So the lamp doesn't look the same, but pretty much the contours and how it looks, the actual physical contours layout actually worked out in a voxel format, which is pretty dope. So I'm going to be doing much more, like I said, from this actual free 3D tool. And let's get to who created it. Submitted by Thargo. This is the person who submitted it. Got 47,000 downloads, and they only put up 2 3D models. I don't know if it's their original 3D model work. I'm not sure 100%. They uploaded it around the time they joined, probably, which was April 29th, 2017. So if you're still out there, thanks a lot for this actual 3D model, for throwing up a free 3D model for us. And it was really dope to play around with. And that's what I got. I'm out of here, and I'll see y'all folks next time. Like I said, feel free to subscribe. If you want to get my latest videos, then definitely click that bell icon so you can actually tune in to my latest videos. If you don't know how to do it, let me pause this video here. This is some Unreal Engine video. In order to do it, you just click this little bell icon when you're on your web browser and look for it on your mobile app, and you should be able to get to it. Talking about Unreal, that is pretty cool that I came to this video. I didn't realize that I had this up. But Unreal Engine is a dope location that I'm going to be building into a lot of these voxel arts and voxel designs as 3D objects or whatever object files. So when I go over here to voxel to output, this is a render, by the way. We're going to go to model, and we're going to go to bring up the export option, which is down here. We'll export as an OBJ. I just wanted to put that at the tail end, very tail end, so y'all folks who wanted to do 3D model exports, you can do it. Very tail end over here at the bottom right corner, you can export as an OBJ file, which gives you the ability to move that file into Unreal Engine. If you want to move it to Unreal Engine, you can move it to Unity if you want to move it to Unity, and these are gaming engines, game platforms. And you can also move it into Blender or whatever other 3D software that's compatible with object files. So that's a mind-blowing thing that you can do, and it's pretty powerful. And in some future videos, I'll show y'all folks my end results as to all the differing things that I'm able to create, and maybe even get into creating games, because I never created a game yet. But I think this is inspiring me to learn, even get to the point where I have to learn coding to create the games that I want to create, or maybe in the future that I can create. Other than that, I'm out of here, and I'll see y'all folks next time. Peace.